I could put off that really badly.
I want goals.
Stephen, it's not
I
gonna
want
happen.
goals. Hello everybody and welcome to yet another match preview on Jazzy and Steve. This time it is for the Hull City match at the Stadium of Light behind us. Up past 12 kick-off yet again because 3 o'clock kick-offs don't exist anymore thanks to Sky. Cheers dickheads. And yes, in this video we're going to be talking about obviously the Monday night game against Leeds, obviously the Hull game and how we think Sunderland's going to line up and things like that.
But before we get on the rest of the video, smash the thumbs up and subscribe if you're new. Now then, we may as well start about Monday night, the Leeds game. There's been a lot of talk regarding it and how, like, I've seen fans being split. But for me personally, I thought we'd done really well up until the substitutes. Now, the reason for me, the substitutes didn't work because we didn't have that outlet. Now you can defend well, but it's going to be hard over the 90 minutes with Leeds' constant pressure, what they were giving us, and we ended up with the silly 2 set pieces as well from their substitutes. Now for me, I would have rather have brought on Mundell and put Lafay into the middle and brought on Brown, or even one better, if we're going to sit in, should have brought on Mepham, mate.
Yeah, like, I mean we could talk all day about the substitutes and things like that, but the Leeds game, I'll put a thing on the Jazzy Steve Facebook page saying that we got battered for 90 minutes. And we did. I'm not taking that back. We did get battered for 90 minutes. Now, that's not me saying we were shite, because we weren't. We played very, very well and we held them off brilliantly. We did a job. But they were constantly battering us. We had to defend all through the first half and all through the second half, apart from the few chances where we managed to break forward, which 9 times out of 10 were counter-attacks. I think in the first 5 minutes we did a couple of good pass and movement play to get forward, where Meslier ended up doing a couple of good saves. But overall, the whole 90 minutes, Leeds did batter us, but we defended brilliantly. And you can only take that kind of onslaught for so long before you start getting broke down.
That's the thing, mate.
Now, what you said about the substitutions, from my eyes, when I was watching the game, for me, Roberts should have been the first one off. Because we were defending that much, Roberts' game isn't defending. Going forward, you want him on the pitch because he can tear defenders apart. But we had to defend, and then I think he was a bit tired, and he gave away the free kick, which led to their equaliser. Now, his defending's not his game, we know that. When he brought the subs on, I was a bit confused when he brought Samed on and played him in the number 10 role.
No. He played him further, he advanced
he played him in the number 10.
I didn't get it. We've seen a lot of Reggie when he's been experimenting with Paveda and Samed, and he's been pushing Dan Neil further up. So when they come to the Leeds game, I thought, why did you do that?
I thought, when I seen Samed coming on, I thought, oh, he must be pushing Neil further up and putting Samed in the hole. But he never. He had Mayenda up front instead of Isidore, obviously, and then he had Samed playing over. But to be fair to Samed, he did more than Mayenda when he came on the pitch. Samed was running all out, chasing them down. Mayenda wasn't.
See, well, that's the thing, and all you kind of solely put it down onto the subs as well.
No,
but we're just incapable to string a few passes together to get
further
up the pitch.
You know what I'll put it down to us, and I'm saying this and I mean it. The reason we got beat is because Leeds are absolutely fantastic. The squad, the way they played football.
Definitely.
They were brilliant. They are brilliant, and they are the best team in the league. They're the best team we've played against this season, without a shadow of a doubt. And they got the game in the end because they never stopped. They started attacking us from in the first 5 minutes, and then they didn't stop until the final whistle went. No. And that's why we did brilliantly to hold them off. We really did, and we did play well. Because if you look at most of their, I think they had 20 odd shots on goal, and there was only 3 or something that was on target. But 2 of them went in. We blocked the shots. We put them off so they couldn't get the correct shots off and things like that. But at the end of the day, Leeds' quality shone through, and the onslaught and the battering that they were giving us, we just couldn't hold it off any longer.
I think a lot of fans are a little bit pissed off simply because of how we hold on for so long and the manner of how we throw points away this season in the last 10 minutes. It is getting beyond a joke now.
There's a lot of
numerous games we've done it for.
There's a lot of posts being put on various pages and things like that. And I mean, my son on Monday was gone nuts, my eldest. And he was just, we can't hold on to a lead, we can't see games out. And he's got a point. And somebody put a post on. After the 80th minute, we've lost 18 points this season from conceding goals after the 80th minute. Whether that's turning a victory into a draw or losing games.
I think from winning positions it was 13, but from just dropping points in general it was 21 or something.
I seen 18. Anyway. But if we managed to,
too many. That's what it is.
If we were able to finish and see games out, if we seen all them out, we'd be top of the league and clear. You know what I mean? We've said many times on the channel, and let us know what you think. We do believe that Sunderland will get into a lead and then we will sit back a bit instead of going to kill teams off, which is what we should be doing. I mean, even times like Coventry, for example, we keep on referring back to that game, but we went 2-0 up.
It's not just Coventry,
and then
mate,
we
it's
stopped.
been
Oh no, that
loads of games,
but we
man.
went 2-0 up, and we
Oh,
thought,
yeah.
oh, champion half time, we were laughing.
Right.
And then second half, we just sat back. Well, we'll just defend this lead, and it came out to bite us in the arse. And there's too many times it's done that.
But
Now,
the thing-
this isn't the case for the Leeds game, by the way.
With that, for Leeds, mate, what really wound me up is because he was sort of gone like for like when he took off Isidore with the first substitution, when I thought, like you said, Robert should have come off, Mienda should have went on, and then I thought Mundle should have come on. Now, if he's fit enough for the bench, he's fit enough to get at least 10 minutes in the game. Now, when he was marking them substitute, it was 76 minutes. We literally conceded 2 minutes later when he took Rig and Isidore off, because there was no outlet further up the pitch to drag the team up, even the wingers. Like Mundle, where his pace would have just brought that ball further up, and we wouldn't have had that constant onslaught throughout the full of the second half. We didn't have one shot at goal in the second half.
No.
We didn't. Now, that just tells you the full
Well,
story.
no,
there.
we did. In the first 30 seconds of the second half, Trey Hume had that volley.
Yeah, like
But-
half chance, wasn't it? Weren't even
Well, yeah, he hit
decent.
it well. It just unfortunately it was down the keeper's throat. But speaking of, we made it work. We speak all the time about football. That's all we do, really.
Aye.
Robbing a living at this time. And we're talking about Mundle, and I was like, well, there's loads of people saying, oh, he wasn't fit. Well, why was he on the bench? And he reckons, which could make sense, he reckons that he was on the bench. Him and Brown were on the bench for psychological reasons. So like Leeds are thinking, right, hold on, they've got these to come off the bench, this and that. I didn't agree with him, but that's what he was saying, and that's some fans have thought like that.
The reason
But
why I didn't agree with that, mate, is because that's two substitute spots what's just being wasted then.
But who else would you put on there? Harrison Jones, things like that. He's not going
don't
to
know.
make an impact against Leeds,
That,
is he?
I didn't know, but it's still.
But no, I didn't agree
agree.
with him.
Mundle was fit because he'd been training all week. So
Well, no, that's what I
I
said.
think
The
he was
professional
ready to go.
athletes, the training.
Well, yeah, of course
If they're fit enough to be on the bench, they're fit enough to play. You can understand some people go on the bench in case they've got a niggle, resting them, and then bring them on if they're needed. In my eyes, Mundle was needed on Monday night.
100%. But listen, Leeds, like I said in a video I done after the game, Leeds are the best team in the league, and it's clear to see they will get on to beat Sheffield United. I know Sheffield United fans will not like this saying that, but they will.
It's basically just to summarise on the Leeds game. Played well, defended out of our skin, couldn't handle our onslaught for 90 minutes, nobody could. Leeds quality shone through, they got the victory, they're the best team in the league. We have to pick ourselves and move on. Starting with Saturday against
All. But briefly before we do, it's not the top two. I've seen a lot of people say that. Leeds have got to play Burnley. Leeds have got to play Sheffield United, and Sheffield United have to play Burnley as well as the Leeds. So there's points to be dropped there. But Reggie said he wanted 90 points. That's what he thought will get you up. Now,
There's 39 points available,
39
and we need
available.
28 to meet the 90 mark that Reggie set.
Yep.
So, do I think we're going to win every game for the rest of this season? No.
Yes.
Do I want to? Yes.
No.
Will Sunderland do it? No, because we're Sunderland. That's why. But we've got to start our charge. We've got to have a big reaction.
Oh,
We've got a
definitely.
big response. We've played all the big six now.
We
The
have.
big six, all the top six now.
But
I think we're not.
scares us.
I think we've still got West Brom to play, haven't we?
But that scares me though, because what happens every time we come up against a team that on paper we should be beaten, we drop points.
I understand that, but also at the same point, which we're going to cover later on, we've got players coming back.
Yep.
So I think that's a positive thing, and I think we're going to really have a big surge at the end of this season.
Oh, well, then
But
we'll
it's
crack on
going
with
to
that,
it's
Roland.
going to start on Saturday against Hull. No, it is Paul.
mate.
Obviously, I was a bit late coming here today. Garage door's playing absolute havoc. Like, it's not going up and down properly. It's looking a bit battered. I don't know if someone's hit it and not said no. You know what I mean?
you're joking.
I don't know what to do about it. I mean,
I tell you what, mate. Tie them away your garage doors. Go and check them out.
why not?
Hull are down in 21st, are they?
They are indeed.
21st. Now, they've had a very bad season considering how last season went when they just missed out on the playoffs and the sacked Liam Rosinha. I didn't think they should have really did
No,
that.
of course they shouldn't have.
Because they had a really good squad. They went big, they spent money.
But that's what I said. They went for it last year.
did, they
They
did.
invested a lot. They got in people on loans, but they paid a lot of money for them loans and things like that. They went for it. It didn't pay off, and now it looks as though it's hurt them. They've lost lots of players. I think with the money they lost last year, but when they went for it, they've had to get rid of some of their key players like that. What was his name? That Turkish lad who we hated because he was
Tufan.
mint. Tufan, they've got rid of him.
He was mint
They've loaned loads of players out. They've sold loads of players. And the squad is not great, I'm afraid, at the minute. It's not. And obviously they're paying the price for it now, and they're deep in a relegation battle.
Yep. Now, the thing is with me, Stephen, with these, I've looked at the fixtures. They've had some really good results against teams in the top six, and that's what worries us slightly. They've beat Sheffield United 3-0 at their place, and they've got They scored 3 goals. Sorry, that noise there.
Yeah.
They scored 3 goals against Leeds away.
Was
so
it
they
2-3-3? No, it was at home. It was 3-3 at home.
Was it at home?
Yeah, it was at home.
But they do tend to play better away than they do at home in anyway. So
Yeah,
it's a bit of a worry.
So they've won 7 games this season. They've drew 9. They've lost 16. Like Paul said before, they're on 21st. They're in 21st position, deep in the relegation, 1 point ahead above the bottom 3. They've scored 32, so they're not prolific. They've conceded 43, which gives them a goal difference of
Minus 11.
Check him out. He's reading on me notes on the side of his car.
Can see there.
Yes, you can. But look, it's not a good season for Hull. It really isn't. Obviously, we always mention players, but none of them are real key standouts. They've lost a lot of the players. I believe they've loaned out one of the players who was on 9 goals this season. I don't understand that.
Right, it's probably that Juan Pedro who's the one we're going to have to keep an eye on. He's got 5 goals.
Joao Pedro, he's got 5 goals and 0 assists. Matt Crooks, he's only played 6 games for them. They brought him in from Real Salt Lake City on the 10th of January.
Did he used to play for, is it Burnley?
He played for Middlesbrough.
Borough, that's the one. I was going to say
but
that.
He's only played
Burnley,
6 games. He's basically their main player now. I believe he was wearing the captain's armband as well. I could be wrong, correct us if I am. But he's got 2 goals in 6 games so far. He's their driving force, he's their main man, and he was their star player in the last game they played. A couple of players that we're familiar with. Mason Burstow, who we had on loan, was it last season? Yes, we had on loan last season. And this season for Hull, he's already doubled his contributions for goals that he got for Sunderland. So this season he's got 2 for Hull with 1 assist. And of course they've got Joe Gelhardt, former Golden Boy nominee.
Well, do you know what, Joe Gelhardt, I thought near the end of the season he was digging up. He's just started to find his feet with Sunderland, and I thought he done all right near the end of the his loan spell.
His work rate was brilliant, but he was up front by himself.
He
was up front by himself, and it just didn't get the goals that we needed.
Now, you were talking about that Barry mate. We were obviously heavily linked with him, and he chose to go into Hull. Now, he's only played 120 odd minutes, but I've seen a few murmurs that he's not having the best of times there. But you know what happens? Come to Sunderland, you'll probably score a hat-trick.
But no, about Louis Barry, he's tipped as one of the hottest prospects in English football at the minute. He was smashing it down in League One for Stockport, and then they thought, right, we want to challenge him at a different level, so they recalled him and then loaned him out to a championship team. We were rumoured with him, but to be fair, he was linked with nearly every championship club, so we don't know how serious our interest was. But by the by, he's went to Hull. They're in a deep relegation battle. So they're not going to be playing a lot of attacking football.
No, well, I didn't know, mate. Since they're fighting a relegation battle, so they'll come to here and they'll want the points, basically. But a draw here would be a good result for them.
Oh, of course.
Now, they've changed the manager Christmas time, and the form did up a little bit, but they're a little bit inconsistent. So if they can put some decent consistency, I think Hull will be all right. I really do. I think the ones who's in the drop zone.
But it's very tight down there. It's very tight down there. It's 3 of 7 or 8 teams at the minute.
And Plymouth and Luton drew last night 1-1. So, there's points dropped. So they really won the maximum points here.
Plymouth and Luton last night. I thought it was Millwall and Preston last night.
No, well, it might be in the 9 to 4. Plymouth and Luton 1-1.
But anyway, we're not down that end for it. Thank God. But yeah, so they're the players that I've mentioned. I mean, like I say, Burstow and Gelhardt. Gelhardt's very lively, we know that, and I watched the highlights of on the AFL show on Saturday night, and he was getting himself about and he was trying, he had a few good chances, but obviously none of them came off. We've just got to defend well. They've also got a couple of new signings that haven't really been involved at all, so we can't really comment on them, but they've got Zombrano and a Brazilian called Lincoln. Just because he's Brazilian doesn't mean out.
No,
but they're 2 new signings that haven't featured yet, so we don't know much about them.
Well, and for the game for me, mate, we'll have to approach this one. It's as a must-win, basically. We'll have to beat them. I didn't want to see us sitting in on a 1-0 or even a 2-0 for that matter. I think we should gun for the neck and we'll absolutely just try and batter them and try and score as many goals as we possibly can.
That's what I was going to say.
That's what we need to do. We might be more clinical in the final third. We need to try and get as many goals as we possibly can. Now, the result against Leeds, yes, it was frustrating because we hold on for so long. So I don't think that there's anything they need to put right. I just think they need to be a hell of a lot more clinical, and maybe the lineup should change a little bit for me as well.
Yeah, I agree 100% with what you're saying. Bloody hell.
Jesus.
Wow. But no, I think this game we need a big reaction. We need a big bounce. Obviously the lads will have been gutted on with the way things happened on Monday, but now we've got to bounce back. We've got 13 games left, and we need to really push on all these games and really just give our all. And literally at the end of the season, regardless what happens, we can literally say we left it all out there, and that's what we're going to do. I agree. We need to go. We need to really push on and go for goals. We need to push them on, not just do with 1 and 2 and then sit back. We need to literally go for the jugular and put teams to bed. And I think Saturday is a great place to start. Hull are not playing well. No. They're down the bottom. Their morale is low. And obviously, we've got, our record at home speaks for itself. The fans will be behind the 12th man. And we've just got to go for it. And I really want to see us actually put them to bed. Like, really. Basically, I want them to let the Burnley, Sheffield United and Leeds know we haven't gone anywhere. We're still here. We might be behind you, but we're still here.
Funny you should say that. Let's tax us onto this. Now, I didn't want to say like, well, it's got nothing to do with me because everyone's entitled to their opinion. But I didn't want to say like murmurs of, oh well, let's rest this one for the playoffs. Let's focus on the playoffs now. With so many games still to play, I didn't want like us to think that the top two's gone and now our performances drop off. Because once the performances drop off, you're gone into the playoffs in bad form. And I wouldn't want to say that. I want to say it's gone for every single game that is left to play. We need to go for it till the end, and what happens, happens. Right.
It's as simple as that. If we have to go for the playoffs, then we have to go for the playoffs. However, on Tuesday or Wednesday, me and my lass were looking up, like, just to pricing things up for a potential weekend at Wembley.
Yeah.
For the four of us, for me, my missus, and my two boys, we're looking at around about 1,700, 1,750 for the whole weekend. That's all in tickets, transport, spends down there, blooming hotels and all that. Absolutely ridiculous. So didn't do the playoffs.
Was that the same as last time?
Well, no, we only stayed one night last time, didn't we?
Oh, well, that's all I would dig in anyway.
No, I'd stay the Sunday this time.
Freak that.
That's if we go. We might go on holiday. We'll have to see what happens.
Yeah, me weird. But anyway, Stephen, we'll move this one on the line-up. For me, substitutes, obviously very questionable in the last game. Now, I want Mundell to come in straight away so we can see Lafay in the middle. I wouldn't mind Roberts being rested because he looks like he needs a rest for his confidence sake. If out, put Meander in. That's what I want to see if he's gone again with the same type of lineup. Obviously, we'd love to see two up top, but I just think this is our formation from now on. So I would go Mundell on one side, Meander on the other, Isidore up top, Lafay in the middle. You know what I would do? I would go Mepham and Ballard. The same reason we spoke about before the game is Luke O'Neill gets involved in the occasion too much. And he nearly done it again against Leeds when he was sitting on top of his head for no reason. Now, I can see why the Leeds players got pissed off because he was sitting on the goalkeeper's head and wouldn't get off.
They came together, they fell, and that's just how he landed. Because his head was between his neck, his head was between his legs, he didn't want to make any sudden movements because he caused injury. So Luke being the nice guy, I'm just going to wait here until I get confirmation that he's all right, and then we'll get off. But then their vicious player, who should have been sent off, by the way, for flinging the nut at Eastern, he came up and violently shoved Luke off him, which could have injured his goalkeeper, but they got away with it.
Why did Wilson get a yellow card as well?
Because he ran over to that player to say, why are you pushing my Luke?
Oh, so it's all right to run, not thinking now violent, but it's not all right to get...
He threw the head right in front of the ref. But that's gone, that's by the by. Right. But for me, I wouldn't mind, with having them three all fit right, I wouldn't mind doing three at the back with wing backs. But then it's who do you drop? I think we'll have to be cautious about, and Reggie will be well aware of this. Yep. Job is 1 yellow card away from a 2-game suspension. So is he going to risk him against certain teams? Is he going to rest him? We don't know. Or is he going to tell him to get the yellow card out the way so he's got his 2-match suspension? Because he'll not be able to play his normal game. For me, my lineup.
But the thing is, he should though, shouldn't he? He shouldn't hold back on anything. He should just play the way he plays.
Yeah, just go for it. Like, if he does get a suspension. If he does get a suspension, then we do have cover. Brown's now back. You've got Enzo, we've got Dan Neil, we've got Samed. So we do have players who can come in. But for me, I agree partially with what you've said. For me, Mundell comes straight in on the left-hand side. Me, personally, I'd still have Job and Enzo in the middle with Dan Neil playing as the holding. Me, I'd still have Roberts on the right-hand side. Because going forward, I think we're going to be doing a lot of attacking in this game, and I think Roberts can turn the pot. And if you've got to bear in mind, if Roberts goes down the line, and he whips the ball across, if Isidore's not there with the pace of Mundell, if he's playing that is, he can get in at the back post because he's done that very well in the past.
So you're sticking with Roberts?
I'll stick with Roberts on, yeah. But I'd like us to. I want us to go two up top, but we're not going to. So I'm not even discussing it because we've done it in so many videos and it's irrelevant. So I'd love to see my end Andy Isidore up top, but it'll not happen. So Mundell on the left.
If it's Roberts on the right, that's what I would go with. Yeah, top. 100%.
Roberts right, Mundell left. Enzo, Job, Neil in the middle in their little triangle, and then my back four would obviously be Human Serkin, and in the middle, I don't know, because I love all three of them.
No,
So-
you dig it. I get it. Oh, just be honest.
Mepham and Ballard. Sorry, Luke, I love you, but you know, everyone needs a rest. You know what I mean? That's an early game on Saturday. You know what I mean? But that's what I go for. And then on the bench we'll have Rigg, Brown, Pravida,
Watson, maybe?
Watson. I don't
Or
think
is
it'll be ready yet.
Ah,
It's
I
too
think
early
it's
for
too
Watson.
Watson. Can't wait till he's back.
Mayenda. So we'll still have strength to come off the bench and make an impact. And like I said, we really need to put these to the sword.
100%.
They're not playing well. We are. We're at
Well,
home.
you see that, mate,
like I
they
said,
drew
we-
with
we-
Norwich in the last game, you know.
No, I understand that,
They
but
had
still-
that Sykes back, Sargent back.
Yes, but they're still 21st in the league. They've only won 7 games this season.
They're there for a reason as well.
Yeah, exactly.
I
So our quality and our ability should be able to shine through. We should be able to beat these.
100% we've got to be
But
beaten.
we can't sit back and allow them to come at us. We need to go at them from the start and not give them a chance to breathe. A bit like what Leeds did to us on Monday. Score predictions and Paul.
I'm going to go for a Sunderland 3-1 win.
I'm going for a Sunderland 5-0.
Oh, fucking
I want goals.
Stephen, it's not
I
gonna
want
happen.
goals.
It's not going to happen.
I want goals.
We've did it once. It
I
was
want
Sheffield
goals.
Wednesday. That's it. Once all season.
I'm saying Sunderland 5-0.
I hope you're right.
We're going to have a massive reaction from the...
all in the first half.
Aye, shooting the ones who won't win. 5-0 Sunderland I'm going for. I think it's about time we're going to have a big reaction from the disappointing result
it
against
was
Leeds.
terrible,
Not disappointing because obviously of
Frustrating.
Yeah, the frustration.
Yeah,
aye.
frustrating.
Big response, and basically let the rest of the league know we haven't gone anywhere. We're
Aye.
still going for that top 2, whether you like it or not. We're going to do all we can to get there.
That's exactly right. The Leeds game, you can't be too down about it because they're the best team in the league, the top of the league. The absolutely amazing players all over the pitch. Players that's played in the Premier League,
Yeah.
was it a couple of seasons ago?
I mean, they were that good. They didn't even need to bring their best player off the bench.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
There you
So-
go. And listen, look where. Oh, that's it. A year ago yesterday, Michael Bale was our manager and he got the sack. A year ago. So look where we've come from since then. Just keep that in your mind. You know, that's a positive to end on. We're pushing for the second place still. We're still in touch and distance. Yeah,
In touch and distance.
We're still in
All right.
touch and
All right,
distance.
Jack Sparrow.
When we were going to get relegated last season.
We will, yes. But anyway, guys, like I say, it's another early kick-off on Saturday. Me and Paul will be there at the stadium. Obviously, it's another early kick-off on Saturday, half 12, because, you know, 3 o'clock don't exist.
Nah.
Me and Paul will be at the game. If you see us, come and say hello. If you want to get on the channel, just let us know.
Yep.
And that's pretty
That's
much
about
it,
it.
really.
It is. Hit the thumbs up.
Subscribe if you're new. All right, lads!